often you must know that when we talk about we, it's capital W, capital E, refers to Wild Earth, and I can use that because I was with them then. So I mean it in the sense that it's Wild Earth and we as in us. But we had a camera on a wild dog den in a place called Blue Canyon Conservancy, which is somewhat where the sun is setting right now between us and the mountain. And that particular pack of dogs moved on. It's quite possible that they moved through some of the residential wildlife estates of Hoedspruit. But that's the kind of pack that might have come through here. And then there's also the Timbavati wild dogs that do come through Thorny Bush from time to time and then go back into the Timbavati. They seem to know where the breaks in the fence are, or not breaks in the fence, but areas where they're able to sneak under the fence. I think while we stopped, we're looking at that lovely bright orange red sunset. To give you an idea of how far, what's happening with our young male lion, because I feel this is necessary. And we'll follow up on it tomorrow again, because everybody's been concerned, and we've started developing a little bit of a feel for this young male. One of the joys of driving around a place like this is that any day we could suddenly come across wild dog. And if any of you have been with us on our live drives in the past and we've seen wild dogs, that's exactly how it happens. It's so unexpected. It can be very much like today, driving around, not seeing very much, and then suddenly, boom, there they are. And I think that's what keeps a lot of people viewing, is that sudden excitement of seeing something like wild dog. Wanted to disappear.
No, I'm a bit higher.
I know. And they definitely wanted to sink down on a side. So to orient everyone about the map that I'm holding in my hands, is only the southern portion of Thorny Bush. There's another northern portion that extends to the north and a little bit more to the northwest. And in terms of where we are based right down here in the bottom southeast corner. There's a little, as you can see, there's a little piece missing. I've stitched this together from a bunch of printed pages, and this little piece that's missing just happens to be exactly where we are down south here. Oops, in the southeast. Now, this is the Timbavati River that flows almost west to east through the bottom end of the property, almost on the southern tip of the property. And we are based about here, where my finger is, in this little corner of the gap. And our young male lion has been in this area here. There's a place called Waxbill Pan, and for the last few days we've seen him in this vicinity. They had a wildebeest kill that would have been somewhere where my pinky is over there. That's where they killed the wildebeest, and then he went to Waxbill Pan, he went down that road and he came back, he went down that road and came back. Last night he seems to have there were tracks of his going up and down this road, there were tracks of his going up and down that road, and there were tracks of his going up and down that road as well, and he has finally ended up, funnily enough, up over here. There's a little stretch of land here, or a little stretch of road that is broadened out, and it's an airstrip where planes as big as Caravans, maybe even a PC-12 Pilatus. The Caravan is the Cessna 240, I forget, 208, I don't know, Caravan, Cessna Caravan. They land, and he's somewhere in the middle of this airstrip, somewhere there is where he's ended up this evening. And I'm going to look, come back down here, you can see I've drawn a dotted line heading this way. that sort of wraps around into the bottom of the dip below the airstrip, although I haven't dotted it there yet. But that's the edge of our signal range. But within a very broad hand of my hand over the map, is that where my hand is pretty much where our signal range covers. As soon as we start moving to the west, we lose signal. That's where the leopard has gone with the cubs. That's where some of the elephant are. The other elephants have moved further north, and at the moment all we've got is smoke and the red sunset and a wind picking up. Now we're going to go back down towards the river just in case we can find something down there.